So, if you're staking Cardano, you've probably opened your wallet and noticed something. Your rewards are shrinking. But before you start to worry, what if I told you this is all happening by design? Okay, let's jump in and really unpack what's going on with Cardano's rewards.
This is it, right? The million-dollar question for anyone in the Cardano ecosystem. You're doing your part, you're helping secure the network, but the payoff just isn't what it used to be. Well, the answer isn't a bug or some kind of problem. It's actually a core piece of Cardano's economic puzzle.
I get it. Seeing those numbers tick down can be a little discouraging. But trust me, this mystery has a very logical explanation. And once we walk through it, it's all going to make a whole lot more sense. And here's the main thing to remember, right from the get-go. What you are seeing is not a mistake. It is absolutely 100% a feature, not a bug. It's all part of a careful plan to make sure the Cardano network stays healthy and sustainable for years, even decades to come.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, let's use an analogy. I want you to picture Cardano's entire reward system as this giant reservoir of water. When the network first launched, that reservoir was totally full, just waiting to be distributed. And that water gets released in these regular 5-day chunks. In the Cardano world, we call these epochs. An epoch is just the standard block of time, 5 days, where all the reward math happens and payments go out. So the process itself is pretty simple. You start with a full reservoir at launch. Every 5 days, every epoch, a little bit of that ADA is paid out to everyone who's staking. And naturally, as that happens over and over, the water level in the reservoir slowly goes down. That's exactly what's happening with the reward reserves.
You know, the change is so gradual, you probably wouldn't even notice it from one epoch to the next. It's kind of like watching an ice cube melt. At first, it doesn't look like much is happening, but if you walk away and come back later, it's obviously smaller. It's a really slow, deliberate, and predictable process.
And here's the crucial part. That reservoir was never meant to last forever. Think of it like training wheels for the network's economy. The whole point is to eventually transition away from these pre-filled reserves and have the network pay for its own security through transaction fees. You know, the fees generated by people actually using the network.
But wait, that's only half the story. A smaller percentage reward doesn't automatically mean you're earning less value. And this brings us to a really important shift in thinking, seeing ADA not just as a coin, but more like a rare gemstone.
It all comes down to this trade-off. On one side, yes, the staking yield, that percentage you get back, is designed to go down over time. But on the other side, the big idea is for the real-world value of every single ADA you hold to go up. I mean, if the ADA you're earning becomes a lot more valuable, that lower percentage doesn't sting nearly as much, right?
So, you might be asking, how does that value go up? Well, it's all about utility and adoption. We're talking about a growing world of DeFi platforms like MinSwap and Indigo, where people are trading and lending. We're talking about booming NFT and gaming markets. And, really importantly, we're talking about real businesses and even governments starting to use the network. Every one of these things creates more demand for ADA. And all of this feeds right into Cardano's master plan for being a sustainable network. None of this is happening by accident. It's a huge coordinated strategy with some very clear goals.
At its core, the whole system is built to do two key things. First, it's trying to attract people who are in it for the long haul, people who believe in the project's future, not just looking for a quick buck. And second, it's all about making sure the network can survive and thrive on its own for many, many years.
So how are they building that future? Well, you've got things like the Volterra era, which is bringing in on-chain governance so the community can actually vote on where things go. You have scaling solutions like Hydra, which are designed to handle way more transactions, which means more fees. And then there's a community treasury to fund new projects and keep the whole ecosystem growing.
Okay, so as we start to bring this all together, let's circle back to that single most important idea. What you're seeing with your rewards, it's a feature, not a flaw.
Seriously, let that sink in for a second. The decreasing percentage isn't a warning sign. It's actually a sign that the system is working exactly the way it was designed to. It's paving the road for a mature, healthy, and independent network.
You can really see the whole journey on this timeline. The network started in Phase 1, with big rewards paid for by that initial reserve. Right now, we're in Phase 2, this slow and steady transition period. And the destination, Phase 3, is a network that is completely self-sufficient, powered entirely by its own activity.
And that really leaves us with the ultimate question for Cardano's future, doesn't it?
The plan is solid, the wheels are in motion, those training wheels are slowly coming off. The big test now is whether the ecosystem can grow enough, can generate enough real activity and transaction fees to fully support itself. Only time will tell.